every city got its thing, man.
Yeah, they
You
do.
know, Baltimore is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a smaller city, so things happen so much faster and at a more rapid pace. Like, you know what I'm saying? But when I think about home, you know, I think about when I was growing up in Emerson Village and how my family's had 2 houses at the end of the corner, and everybody came there. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot going on, a lot of drugs, I just remember family. I remember music. I remember Marvin Gaye playing. I remember my grandmother and my aunts and uncles playing, drinking, you know, telling us, don't come downstairs because this is the grown-up section. But we were sneaking down there anyway, trying to find out what was going on. You know, so it's like in that trauma and then growing up and all of that, there's so many good memories, you know what I'm saying, of growing up and being grounded in soul. And like, you know, I was singing at all my cousins' birthday parties in that church, and it, like, so it was so much that made me who I am today. So when I think about places that have it hard, it's like I can't just look at it one way. It's hard for me to just be like, oh, it's just an evil place. Like, no, it's just circumstance, and there's certain systems set in place for it to be this way. You know what I'm saying?
I read somewhere where that you co-founded the Mario Do Right Foundation.
Yeah,
You started that in Baltimore?
Yeah,
And and everything?
Say it again?
You started that in like your home city,
Yeah, that was-
like Maryland and
that was-
everything else?
That was in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the foundation, what it represents.
Yeah, so it's not running anymore. I ran it successfully for like 6 years by myself. I was funding it fully, and then I moved, and I had people running it for me. It just wasn't the same.
Yeah.
Because you
That
know how
happens.
you have a foundation, your hands not on it no more. It just things change.
Yeah.
So my goal now, and that was basically substance abuse prevention, and we had after school programs for kids like that. Some kids like go home straight to like a drug infested environment, can't do their homework, can't do their, so we would give them
That's
time
so important.
and like counsel them. They had specific counselors on specific days. You know, you had some kids in middle school taking care of their younger siblings. We didn't even know they go home and take, like, you know, so it was really just to help them to have a greater opportunity of healing and understanding how to better their lives.
I love that.
dope.
It gives me like after school program and what the YMCA was supposed to kind of like be.
Yeah.
But it's not really.
But it's like they
not
really
giving
talking
that.
about what's
Yeah.
going on, and they're really like getting tools on how to develop their, develop their healing, like how to heal themselves,
Yeah.
and how to make conscious choices in those hard moments.
What made you start it and like pick the substance abuse?
Prevention. Growing up and seeing it and being a child that didn't have access to that, and everybody thinking you're okay when you're not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I grew up around it. It's like, you know, a lot of people
Me
know my
too.
story. It's no
Yeah.
secret, but like, you know, it's one of them things where you learn how to heal yourself, right? But it's still there. Like those traumas be still there, and you just
Yeah.
it takes time to heal, and you got to put the work in. You know, so that was kind of like my inspiration behind it. But now my goal now is to actually build a facility that is really just about awareness and giving people, of course, children and young adults, but giving people the tools to create the life that they want for themselves, not financially, not just, but internally. Like
Yeah.
who are you going to be in the world? What tools can you use? What sciences and different methods of consciousness can you use to help create the world you want? And it's kind of inspired by the book I'm writing right now called Life in Exchange.
When can we expect that book?
Honestly, I gotta finish it and then give a date. It's like
It's a
It's-
process.
it's
It's,
just- it's a-
ongoing.
22.
oh
You
yeah,
still-
definitely probably like 20 end
Okay.
of 22 or sometime like
Okay.
that. But it's like it's a real special project to me, and you know I'm not rushing it because I'm still getting codes as
Yeah.
I'm learning. Like it's so much that this past year, there's so many different codes that I've got about humanity
Yeah.
and the cycles and you know the different systems and
Yeah.
you know, just the different levels of games and certain things that's
Yeah.
holding people from their highest self. You know what I'm saying? And I can't put it all on those systems. It's us too. We have to make those decisions, and we give consent to certain shit that you know make us suffer years later. You know,
How old were you when you started your foundation?
I was 17, 18.
You see, that's interesting to have that type of.
Sorry, I'm lying. I was actually about 20, 21. Yeah.
But still, that's still a young
That's
age.
very young.
To have that, like, to have that understanding of self, because to me that's dealing with mental wellness and health.
Facts.
And back
Facts.
then we weren't having that conversation. To me, it's been like the last 4 years, not even like 3 years. They've been talking about, especially in our community.
Yeah.
So at 21, to have that self-awareness, to be like, you know what, I want to help myself, but this is bigger than me.
Yeah.
I want to help other kids of color, you know, who is going through certain situations, just how to deal with it, to help you develop to be an adult, to go out and, well, to be, you know, an okay adolescent, a great adolescent, to go out into that world, to be a healthy adult.
Yo, it's crazy because what I realized is that after making a couple of bad decisions in my life, that put me in very uncomfortable places where I didn't have control of my narrative anymore.
Yeah.
I was like, this is how it happens.
Okay.
You know, kids grow up in these circumstances and they make a couple of bad decisions and there's nobody there to save them from that. You know, they have to just learn from their mistakes, and some people don't, right? And so my thing was, okay, if I tweak this part of my personality, this part of the way I see the world, this part of, I now create a different level of understanding, right? And then that's where you make your decisions from, that understanding. If you don't have the information, then it's hard for you to navigate these surroundings, you know, because you may be in a position where you can't move right away.
Yeah.
But you can make certain decisions to help protect you from your surroundings. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I was inspired. I was like, okay, I can't save everybody, but if I can give them the information. Like, imagine the information as a woman if someone was like really mentoring you in the game, like before you started. You may have had to make certain mistakes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's that shit. But then this also takes a lot of energy to give that part of yourself too. It's a lot.
I think with you having the book too, and you putting out that book and just the conversation and things you're gonna say in there,
Exactly.
being able to put it in schools and, you know, letting them be able to identify with that, especially you being a black male from Baltimore. I don't know too many writers and things from Baltimore like that. So it's just like, especially within your space and who have that light and being an entertainer.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be dope.
that's going to be interesting. I think they're going to be so receptive to that and excited.